Is smoking weed a sin? Well, until recently, you could have just argued it was illegal, therefore sinful. But now that everything's legal in Canada, that specific argument's gone up in smoke, so to speak. So is there any reason Christians shouldn't smoke weed? Every stoner on the planet, he's going to quote to you Genesis 1:29, which says, God's given us every green seed-bearing plant on the face of the whole earth, and God called it good. But that doesn't mean it should be used, and especially not for that purpose. Now, you're not going to find a direct command to not smoke weed or not smoke anything else for that matter in the Bible, but you will find verses that can lend wisdom and can inform our decision-making practice. One comes to mind, 1 Peter 5:8. It says that we're to be sober-minded. Be sober-minded. Now, there's all sorts of medical reasons you can go and look up. I'm not a doctor, but I think the real theological issue is self-medicated escapism, whether that's through alcohol or drugs. It fails to engage in life in the way that God intended it to be lived. It fails at this command to be sober-minded. And it seeks to disengage rather than engage. It fails to fully embrace whatever comes our way. It fails to trust God in the middle of tough times, and instead kind of just literally people will check out, fry their brain cells in order to feel differently. And when we understand it that way, then drug use is a failure to steward one of the greatest resources God has given us, which is our mind. Study after study is showing that it has negative effects on our cognitive ability. Getting high and just hanging out, it's going to also get you nowhere. Just living to get high on the weekends is dumb. Now, sure, marijuana is something God made, and some people do use it for legitimate medical purposes, I'll grant you that. But just to change the way you feel, to escape, to numb your mind, that's dumb. Say no to drugs. Now, if you're watching this and you're presently smoking weed, I'd tell you not to comment, but I know you're going to anyway. Maybe you think differently, maybe you agree, maybe you got another question. We'd love to hear from you. Leave a comment.